I hope you can hear me okay. If you can, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for taking a Sunday evening and hanging out with me in the shop. I got my laptop here, got it set up so that I can kind of watch all the comments, and there's a big, huge lag in it. So when you type in a comment, give me a second. Also, a lot of people have asked, why do you read each and every comment that you get on your live? Well, the reason I do that, I read your question or comment and then I respond because later, if somebody goes back and watches the live after it's been live, for some reason, YouTube doesn't keep all those comments. They're just gone. So that's why I try to read the questions so that people watching it later will understand what I'm talking about. So I want to start at the top. Some of you folks have already been kind of hanging out and waiting. I've tried to reply to, I think, all of y'all that kind of commented early before the live. Dutch Clutch says a Sunday ride to clear the mind and still on time to unwind with some shop time. Awesome. Thank you, Dutch Clutch, for hanging out. Uh, Giannis says hi from Arizona. I bet it's hot there already. But oh, that's me. I don't need to read my own comment. James Pryor, good to have you on here. James is the one that won our 5K giveaway helmet. And so I had the chance to ride up to Bowling Green, Harley store up there, and him and his wife and daughter met me there, and I was able to give him the helmet. And I felt bad because I didn't have nothing to give his daughter, but something come in the shop that is perfect. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I know who needs that. So James, email me. And before we leave, I'll show you because we're going to walk around and look at some projects coming up. We got some exciting news. Mikey says, what's going on from Texas? Good to have a big Texan on tonight. Miss Kathy says, congratulations on the 6K. So yeah, one of the things that made this a super awesome weekend was we hit 6K. And guys, gals, folks, fellas, fellettes, we did it. I'm trying to find my notepad. Yeah, here it is. We did it in 2 months. Unbelievable. So the hardest was from 0 to 1,000. Paint by Spears started his channel, and he just recently 100. Now he's at 135. And I said, look, don't get discouraged because you're actually, if I go back and look at my records, you're growing at a faster rate than I was. And who doesn't like pinstriping? It's so therapeutic to watch, and he does a good job putting videos together. So if you haven't got a chance to check him out, it's Paint by Spears, or you can just go and look who I'm subscribed to, and he's on there. But I went from 0 to 1,000 16 months to get traction. Then from 1,000 to 2,000 7 months. Then from 2,000 to 3,000 5 months. Then from 3,000 to 4,000 4 months. Then from 4,000 to 5,000, that took 5 months. But get this, from 5,000, because I feel like we just did our giveaway, to 6,000 now, it took 2 months. So like I made a post says, I don't know what button got accidentally pushed, but um, it's just crazy. And already we hit 600 Friday. Today's Sunday. We've already got, I think, 40 something new since then. So I don't understand it. I don't know how the YouTube thing works. So it's just awesome. It's super cool. So yes, this coming week, we will be doing a 6K giveaway. Now, I'm not going to have a grand prize like I did at the 5K. So I'll be giving, though, 6 things away. I'm going to do that till we hit our 10K. Then at 10K, I'm going to give something big away. I'm thinking maybe a custom painted tank or something cool to put up on the raffling and giving away, motorcycles. Oh, okay. And I just got a cash out from Miguel. $20 for it went away. Thank you, Miguel. I didn't get to read what it was for, but I'll go back and check it and make sure to use it for what you gave it for. I always try to do that. But actually, when I hit the 6K, I didn't even know it. And Kathy Small and her husband Jim reached out to me and said, you did it? And I'm like, oh, what did I do? Taco money. Okay, well, that goes to my wife. So thank you, Miguel. That goes to my wife, or Mikey. here on YouTube. So yeah, the Smalls actually reached out to me and said, "You did it. You hit 6K." So that was awesome. You guys are so excited about the channel and how it's growing and the content, and you just encourage a guy like me. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And there were some folks last live that sent some cash apps, and I had my phone turned around the other way. I don't know why, but with my phone turned this way, I can see my screen and see if cash apps come up. And so I apologize if I did not thank you in the last live, but I can see them now. So, but I'm not on here for that. I'm on here to hang out with you guys. I get so excited for our lives every Sunday, well, once a month on Sunday nights. I love it because it's a chance to sit down and not be just staring at a camera, but be like communicating. I know it's kind of hard to do on this, but communicating in that way. All right, enough jabbing. Let's read. Um, Mikey, what's going on from Texas? Congratulations on the 6. Hello from Kentucky, Joe Buck. You're pretty close. Kentucky's not far from here. Kentucky's really about maybe 20, 25 minutes from here, the Kentucky line. PG, won't take long. You'll be at 10K. Well, I can't imagine that. I didn't really even think we'd have 6,000 subscribers. I mean, to me, that's just mind-boggling. I mean, I don't understand. Um, and the American flag with the thumbs up. Okay, Kathy Small, 25 for the tool fund. Thank you so much. I always kind of keep a tool list of things to buy. My next purchase that I'm going to be buying this week is a brand new tripod, and it's going to have an arm on it, and it's like a 90-inch tripod. So like you'll be able to see me from the sky. But it's got an arm, so then I can put my camera right over, like if we're working inside a tank, if we're doing wiring stuff. So you guys don't have to kind of be standing in the corner on the side. You can actually look over and see what I'm doing. So thank you so much, the Smalls, for that tool fund. It will go to things like that. So I'm going to get a new tripod, and there was something else that I needed for the video and stuff. Oh, I need a new one of these. It's a terabyte storage, easy store. And what I do, I back up every video. Oh, that don't sound good. I back up every video that I record on this before I upload it to YouTube. That way, in case anything ever happens to my channel, because I've heard horror stories of that, all that content's lost. And if I don't have it backed up, it's gone forever. Because I can't keep all that on the computer. It would take up all the space on the computer. So I buy these, and this is now almost full. My videos are in 4K. Now my camera will shoot 5K. Nope. I tried it. Nope. Can't do that. And really, who needs 5K? Seeing like my nose whiskers and stuff? You know, 4K I think is pretty good quality. But I do have to buy these, so all those funds help to go to things like that. My SD card's still doing good. My computer's still doing good. Everything else that I use is doing all right. My lights are awesome. I tried something new, so you guys tell me. I've got the shop lights off. I got one of the kind of camera lights on me. I've got my little knife case thing lit up. Does it look any better or not? I don't know. But anyway. Hello, Wade Reed from Columbia, Tennessee. Hey, that's pretty close. Good to have you. Rick, one of our members as well. I'm here from Arizona. Good to have you, Mr. Rick. And Trace, howdy, everybody. You know what's funny? When we did the 5K, everybody that entered for like the t-shirts and hats and stuff, um, it was a lot of names. And my wife was putting them in, all that little wheel thing that automatically clicks a name randomly. And she's like, oh, I know, I remember that name and I remember this name. So you guys are kind of like, family here in the shop. Everybody kind of knows your name. That's Cheers, isn't it? Kind of dating myself there. So, exciting things. The 6K was awesome. Was not expecting that so quick. And now I can officially fill this in from 5K to 6K, 2 months. It was actually 2 months and a day, but I'm saying 2 months. Now from 6 to 7, I don't know um, how that'll go. And then I've got from 7 to 8, and then my sticky pad runs out. I'll have to flip it over. But I keep this on my desk for motivation. Now, as you know, I've never asked anybody to subscribe. I don't expect them to. I realize I'm very niche in what I do, and I try to just focus on the work and help people out. Now, if you enjoy that, subscribe, that's great. If not, that's fine as well, because as far as I understand, as YouTube pays me, they pay me for the watch time hours. So I get paid by the views, by people watching and watching for certain durations. Now, I guess in a sense, the more subscribers you have, the more, attention you have on YouTube, and people can find you easier. So, but YouTube's been very good to kind of recommend my videos, I guess, for people searching. If you put in a Harley clutch, and search that, they've been very good to recommend my videos. So I'm not complaining at all. So I guess it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, you got to have the subscribers to get better watch time hours, but I'm happy just having folks hang out in the shop with me. That's why I started it. I hope that's why you're here. So that's good. So our 6K, you'll be seeing that this week. Also, you'll be seeing this week part 2 of the cam chain tensioners and cam inner bearings on the 2006 Road King. That was one of our subscribers, and he was so happy to see the video of that. And part 2 will be out this week. I've already shot it, but it was so long, I'm like, I got to break this up. And it might even be a part 3 on, not for the cams and stuff, because all that's done, but for the revival part. There's some things in the revival we got to address. And so I think for the step-by-step cam chain tensioners, part 1's already out, came out Friday. Part 2 will be out, and then right there at the end of part 2, I might stop it there, do a little closing video, and then have a part 3 that's just the revival. Okay, so getting it road ready, where it's been set in a couple years. And it's really unfortunate. If you watch the video, uh, it probably didn't need to set, but that inner cam chain tensioner was about to go out on. So he caught it at a good time. I just wish it hadn't set. It's just hard on bikes to set. If you've got bikes, multiple bikes, at least go start them. Maybe ride them to the mailbox and back or something. I don't know, but any vehicle, any motor, it's just bad to let them set. So that's why I don't collect bikes. The bikes that I have, I want to ride. And I rode that Dyna the other day, the cursed Dyna that's uncursed. I need to stop calling it cursed Dyna because it's not cursed anymore. But I come back from that ride. We went up to Center Hill Dam. Beautiful ride. She did great. And I looked at Lucy and I thought, don't start acting up on me now. This is not my new bike. But the Dyna sold. Uh, and Doodle bought it. Now Doodle rides with us, and Doodle rode that Sportster that was his brother's, who unfortunately passed away. So it's very special. He's keeping the Sportster, but he's been looking for something a little newer. And he bought the Dyna, and he came up and bought it. And bless his heart, I love Doodle. I've come to know him, and he's a good part of our riding group. And he got on it, and he started looking for the petcock to turn the petcock on. But Doodle, it's fuel injected. You just hit the key, wait for the check engine light to go off, and fire it up, and take off. Enjoy it. So we ordered him some lowering links to put on the back to get the bottom end down a little bit more, because he's a shorter guy, and I don't want him tiptoeing. So, but he did take the bike off. I hadn't heard from him. I guess it's all right, but he's going to bring it back up. We're going to put those lowering links on. If y'all want to see how to do that, I can shoot a quick video on a little how-to video pretty simple to do. Just bolt them on, and that'll lower it down for them pretty good. So the dinosaur, and I put a questionnaire out. Now I'll get to everybody's questions, but hold on, I'm excited about something. So let me go to my screen here. Let me go to my page. I put a questionnaire out in one of my posts. I think it was a couple weeks ago. And let me get down here too. Okay. Which project should we buy next to revive or customize? So I had an old Harley Tour Glide to modernize. We had a twin cam bike to convert to a trike. We had a shovel head chopper build from stock. And we had a mechanic special road glide to revive. Yeah, I mean, 52% of you guys, along with 3 comments, were all for the shovel head. So when the Dinah sold, the wonderful customers said, take that for the next project. So I did. And I got a project for us. You want to see it? Okay. Before I show you it, because nobody's seen it yet, except Bubba from church who went with me to help me pick it up because he loves the style bikes that I bought. And the fella also had some other stuff for Bubba's bike, so he picked up some stuff. We had a good time yesterday. So let me catch up on the questions and I'll go show you. You'll get it. This is awesome. Rick says on that, yeah, on um, Road King. It's going to be good. Real good. Turned out beautiful too. Derek Davis, how's it going? Checking in up here in Maine. Man, I've always wanted to know somebody in Maine. Good to know you, Derek. Good to have you. Wade Reed, ever do a Harley EFI magnetic Morelli to carb conversion? That'd be a cool video. I have. Um, that was before YouTube. They're good when you're having troubles with the magnetic Morellis. I like the magnetic Morellis. I think they're fine if you have a stock bike. They run great. My dad's trike, which he loves, has a magnetic Morelli on it. It runs like a top. Fires up every time, never sputters, gets on the gas. It runs very fuel efficient. But when you go to add things, if you go with aftermarket pipes, if you want a stage 1 kit or a stage 2 kit, you're going to have to get rid of that magnetic Morelli. There's just really no way to beef it up to allow more fuel to go than what's going through. You can get more air, but you can't get more fuel. So even putting a tuner on it, just the magnetic Morellis just don't work good. They use them on airplanes, Italian airplanes. But anyways, so yes, I do the conversions to carbs. Now to do that, the ECM goes out. You basically reverse engineer the bike to run like an older bike. And I like the CV carbs on them, the Key CV carbs. You could go with an S&S, but I think the CVs are really good, you know, beefy carbs. And then run some bigger jets in there, and the wiring, there's a lot of wiring. But yeah, next time I do one, certainly I'll record. Anything that I find interesting, I try to record for you guys. Coming in for tire changes and stuff like that, I'm just not going to take the time to set up, and because really, videoing something takes me about 3 times longer. That's not including going back and editing and all that stuff. Just the work itself. So why am I holding this? So, but yes, next time I will do one. Razors. Any tips on doing a 98 Road King lifter, adjustable push rod, top end job, best gaskets? I'm buying all fueling parts, James gaskets. I've done it before, but about 10 years ago. Thanks from New Hampshire. I think it's NH, New Hampshire. Yeah, I actually have a video on an Evo putting in, I think, a new cam bearing. So I have a video on that. And it's actually one of the videos I did something wrong and had to go back in the beginning of the video and tell you I did it wrong so that you would know not to do that. But I left it in there because none of us are perfect, right? So there's a video on that on an Evo. Um, and then I would recommend fueling push rods, James gaskets. You got a good direction there. While you're in there, while you're doing all that, I would go ahead and do a cam bearing um, for that. Evos just have a single cam bearing. The cam on the Evos is a 4 lobe, so it runs both intakes and both intakes and both exhaust push rods. So I would while you're in there go ahead and change that bearing out and get you a good Timken bearing. Don't get the cheap bearings. So yeah, you can kind of watch that video and follow along. I think it's a kind of a step by step. Rick, yeah, I need to uncover my 88 lowrider and take it out for a little ride, but that's like ever since I replaced the tensioners in my twin cam, all I've been doing is riding it. That Dyna almost spoiled me. The 6 gears, the twin cam, the fuel injection. It was nice ride. Razors, thanks for the videos of your Evo build as well. Oh, appreciate that. Broken board. Hey, that's like me. I have a Honda CB. When I press on the clutch fully, the front sprocket makes a clicking, clunking noise. When I hold the clutch lightly, it doesn't make the noise when I'm coming to a stop at a red light. Well, you're in luck. That Honda CB 754, that beautiful, um, I think it was called Gold Candy bike. We did a revival on it, and remember, the customer thought that it needed, that it had low compression, it needed a new head gasket, or no, I'm sorry, he bought a used head to put on it. Well, come to find out, the compression was good. We synced the carbs. We did a couple of other little things and rode it down the road. He was so happy to watch that video of it driving. But he came back up and wanted me to keep the bike. So the bike's still here. He wanted me to fix that clutch issue. It had kind of the same thing. And come to find out, in that clutch housing, in that spring with that gear, it was a starter thing. So I'll be doing a video on that, and you'll be watching all of that. So maybe that'll help you out. It had some wiring issues as well, and he wanted me to take those carbs off and check the jets on it because it's still having a hard time starting, and the idle seems kind of wonky. New intake boots, everything, but we're going to be doing a video on that very, very soon. So hopefully that'll help you. Trace, can you put the later model Delphi uh, fuel injection on those, or do they not fit? They fit. A twin cam is a twin cam, so they will fit. Now, when it comes to the wiring, that's where you're going to run into the issue. So you're going to have to marry a Delphi ECM with that bike. Is it possible? I guess it is. I've never done it. Um, I believe they have aftermarket fuel injection systems for the older bikes. But now understand, on the Magneti Marellis, you've got 2 fuel lines that come out of that tank. So you'll have to block off one, feed the other. The Delphis went to just a one single line that feeds into the um, injection system. Stormet, sorry I'm late. Hey, better late than never. Good to have you. PG, Johnson high lift lifters with a EV13 cam and my 98 Road King. EV13 pulls nice. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds like a really nice setup. Janeway, I'd love to see you fix a Suzuki Intruder someday. I have an '01 and it has a short somewhere that I don't know how to fix. It's a sweet old bike when it's running, and I miss being able to ride it. Well, I never know what I'm going to get in from week to week. So none of this is staged or planned. Whatever I get in, that's what we work on. That's what you see. So maybe We'll get us a Suzuki intruder in pretty quick. Dutch Clutch, Timken should sponsor you. Yeah, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I just use what I trust, what I have put to the test, and what I like. Now, I'm not opposed to, using new things, um, but the quality is what you're after when it comes to internal things like that. They make a quality product, but your backing of them is free advertising. And at this point in your career, they owe you one after all the purchases. Well, maybe they'll see this. Doubt it. Trace, I figured it would be much more of a pain than it's worth since I've only ever heard of people converting them to a carb setup, but wasn't sure. Yeah, it would be easier to do a carb. It's pricey. It's probably about 700-800 bucks to convert to carb. You wouldn't think it, but it is. Joe Buck, have you found a bike for you and your wife yet? Well, speaking of that, no, I have not. Um, I just don't have personally the extra funds because she wants a trike. She loved my dad's trike. She loved riding on it. And so, no, I don't have trike money. If you've shot for trikes, you understand. Whew, wee. Hey, just buy a trike kit. Whew, my goodness. Might as well just buy two bikes and strap them together. Be cheaper. So I have not. For a long time, here's a question for you. I'm about to show you the project. Just hold on. Here's a question for you. I actually had it down to talk about. For the longest time, I wanted a Road King. And then I rode one the other day, and I hated it. Here's why. Rode beautiful. I've had street glides, electric glides. I've had pretty much most any Harley bike, but never a road glide. So I wanted one. Did you say Road Glide or Road King? Oh no, I said Road Glide. So I wanted a Road Glide, and I rode it. And the thing I hated about my a street glide, I raked the front end out. I put a big 30 on it, fat spoke rim, the American suspension, rake kit, the stretch bags. I mean, I really customized it. Matte black, and rode it, and I hated it. And here's why. When I'm riding down the road on Lucy, open face is what I call it, just open road, no windshield, nothing. My beard splits like this and goes up into a smile, and I just smile when I'm riding. Now, if I'm riding anything with a fairing on the front, my beard goes up like this, and it's in my eyeballs, and it gets up under my glasses, and it is so miserable, I can't enjoy the ride. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm just not a fairing guy until I shave, and I'm not shaving until maybe they clean me up at the morgue. I don't know, but I guess I'm just not a fairing guy. Yeah, you could probably put some of those wind blockers at the bottom. I don't know, but I just didn't like it because I have a beard. I know that sounds weird. So a trike, probably a Road King trike, would be what I would go for if I was to buy one to keep for me and my wife. She did ride the street glide with me, but she never could relax like she did on that trike. Broken board. Okay. We'll be waiting for the video. I replaced my starter a year or so ago. So you're saying it could be related to a starter problem. Yes, it very well could. When we take it apart, you'll see. I've already actually shot half the video because I had to take it apart to see what parts we needed to order. And so half the videos are already shot. But yeah, it's starter gear, then the conversion gear, then the clutch gear. You'll see it when we get into it. Derek Davis, do you happen to have any knowledge or experience on Shinko's new SR999's long hauler tires? Was thinking of getting a set, have read a few reviews. I've not even seen those new tires, but I am a big Shinko fan. Here's why. They're cheap and they're soft rubber. So they feel great on the road and they got great grip. Do they wear out quicker than, the Commander 3s and Commander 2s? Yes, but they're half the price. So, for a working man, that's the best bang for my buck is the Shinkos. And Shinkos have those, I call them the antique tire look, not the wide white walls, but the thin white wall line. So when Lucy comes time for some new shoes, that's what I'm going with. The Shinkos, the antique look good on her. So, you got to braid your beard or tie it down next time. Oh man, Trace, I see those guys. I don't think I'm that old yet to, you know, to tie my beard up. I just, mm. Charlie V, yes, tried a windshield twice. Buffed too much and hated the wind come. Buffered too much, hated the wind coming up to my face. Now my dad's trike came with a windshield, which when we went and bought the bike, as if I was going to ride it back home to see how it rode, and this is the first thing I'm like, hold on, Dad, before we go, take this windshield off. So we took the windshield off. Well, he likes the windshield, so he put it back on. Well, I drove it the other day, and the windshield, it comes up to about here, but the wind coming over the top, I had on a half shell. I didn't have my Lucy helmet on. It beat my head right here. It wasn't going under my helmet. It was just kind of like somebody just constantly tapping at your forehead. I just like the open road. And another thing, when I rode that road glide, I couldn't see my front wheel. I don't like it. I like seeing obstacles in my front wheel. It's kind of weird. So, yeah, just not a fair and kind of guy. Kevin Jarvis put it in a ponytail. Okay, guys. Dutch clutch. Dunno, man. Pretty sure you're going to haunt some people if they take the beard. Yes, probably. Janeway, oh my goodness, you just brought back memories of my husband. His beard was just like yours, and he used to joke about how he had to keep it shorter in the summer because of the wind while driving. Yeah, I'm just, I'd just rather ride in the open wind. Neil, what is your go-to spark plug for 99V twin champions? I'll put a champion in a bicycle. Champions always. And Champions makes iridium now. So that's my go-to plug, Champions. Trace. And they make hotter plugs, cooler plugs. Champion's been making plugs for years and years and years. And no, not sponsored by them either. Trace, I love white stripe and white letter tires on the older Harleys. Yeah, the Coker white letters are beautiful, but I don't have Coker money. Similar to what they came with from the factory. Very, very true. And the Cokers have the nice tread, the vintage tread on them. But Shinko makes one too with that, antique tread. So they look really good on older bikes. Uh, Charlie V, 3 trips between San Diego and Jacksonville on a 76 Super Glide. I like my no windshield as well. A 76 Super Glide. Okay, guys, it's time. I heard the magic word. Let me show you the project I picked up yesterday from me and you. Let's talk about what to do with this thing. All right, you ready? Now, I got the lights off in here, but I got the camera lights on the bike. All right, let's walk over here and I'll spin you around and show. I think you're going to be happy. Now, I can't read your comments till I get back over there, but here you go. This is a 1982 FXR Super Glide 2 Sport. Shovel head motor, 5-speed transmission. Guys, I picked this up. I ain't even going to tell you what I paid for it because you'll come try to rob me. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, but I basically got this bike. Matching numbers on the motor, matching numbers on the frame. And I got this bike for the price of what you'd pay for the motor. Unbelievable. And it had been sitting on Marketplace for like 5 months. I just didn't have the funds. And the minute that Dyna sold, and you guys posted all your posts about doing a shovel head, I jumped on it. And me and my friend Bubba drove all the way out to the mountains in Gatlinburg and snatched this thing up. I rode it down the road. I was almost going to drive it back home, but we had to do interstate work, and the back brakes are soft, and there was something else. Oh, the shifter. They put a funky shifter on it. So I asked the guy, I'm like, can I ask you a personal question? He said, well, as long as it's not too personal. I said, why has this been sitting for so long at this price? He said, well, I had it marked higher and then it didn't move, so I just slashed the price just to get it out of here because I don't ever ride it. I don't want it sitting. And so he said, I don't know. He said, oh, I had people come just wanting to, lowball me and just steal it from me. And then I had, I don't know. So I guess it was just meant to be for us here in the shop. So this shovel head is beautiful. It is beautiful. And look at that 5-speed. It is gorgeous. Now, check this out. Somebody put a lot of money in this back in the day because they converted it to a belt drive. And it's got a belt open primary. Look, they even matched the blue plug, spark plug wires. I mean, come on, man. Look at that coil cover. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful bike, aftermarket drag specialty speedometer, which does not work. But he was telling me, all the things that's on it. He was naming off names and stuff. Of course, now back in the 90s, this was the cat's pajamas. Now it's dated. So he said, well, what are you planning on doing with it? Well, I said, I plan on I'm going to chop it up. I'm going to chop the frame and rake the neck and hardtail the back. The YouTube channel folks said, do a shovel head chopper build. That man about passed out. My friend Bubba, who owns an FXR Evo, said, no. They were both like, no, don't ever cut an FXR frame. Bubba's like, you don't understand. Out west, these people pay outrageous money for these FXRs, especially a shovel head. So that got me thinking, what do I bought it. What do we do with it? Here's my thoughts. You tell me if I'm wrong, and I'll make a video on it, and we'll talk more about it. All right. It's very dated. If you know anything about me, I almost wanted to kick that off before we put it on the trailer. I hate those things. So we're going to do, it's got an S&S carb on it too, a shorty. Haha, yep. We'll fire it up. Runs great. So I'm thinking, I love the paint scheme. I am a sucker for blue motorcycles. And look, it almost matches Lucy. Almost. So I'm thinking, let's keep the paint. It's in pretty good shape. It's got some, some boo-boos, but I know some guys that can fix that. Let's keep the paint scheme. I hate the seat. It's a drag specialties seat with the blue flames. Let's get rid of that. I've got a 2-up seat, brown, stitched, picked out. That's going to be beautiful. It's got the hinge on it because, these frames hinge. Let's do I don't like this front end. This is not a stock front end. It's a wide glide front end. Look how wide it is. Let's get rid of this whole front end. I hate these bars. I've never been a fan of T-bars. I like just the old school curved bars. Let's get rid of these bars. Get rid of these wide glide forks. Get rid of this dated rim. Go with a, spoked rim, chrome. Let's do a Springer, maybe 2 inch over Springer. Let's make us our own air cleaner, something cool. Going to do a brown step-up seat. Probably not a sissy bar because I don't think we need to chop on this frame. And it come with a clean Tennessee title too. It's got after market rear shocks on it that feel good. I'm going to keep that. We might change up the rear plate on it as well. But I don't know. I mean, it looks, pretty good. It kind of fits and matches. Not anything too obscene. Okay, I think one of the problems with this bike and why it was so cheap is that he had problems shifting. So it would go in a neutral, it'd go into first, it'd go into second. When you try to get it in a third with the bike at RPMs, it would not go. And I think it's a shifter linkage. And he monkeyed with it and got it working and thought he had fixed it. And then I come up to ride it and it didn't work. But I think it's all in this right here. This is an aftermarket GB, or sorry, JB, which I don't think they're even in business anymore. And when you go to raise the shifter up, instead of it pulling the shift rod back, it kind of wants to pull the shift rod up. So it's not moving this shifter. So how about we do this? Now I'm just shooting in the wind here, okay? What if we put a jockey shifter up here and we convert that to a foot clutch? So a foot clutch, jockey shifter, and it's a 5-speed. Since this is a dry belt primary, let's get rid of this cheap V-twin cover. It's just a real cheap cover. Do open primary. I'm going to keep the starter on it because I was going to go to a kick only, but that was only if I was going to chop it out. Just make an old school chopper. Since I'm probably not going to be cutting on this frame here, how about we keep that starter and the 5-speed in it? I'm definitely going to be changing these pipes out. He said they're expensive pipes. I've never seen them before. You guys tell me, what pipes are these? I don't know. There's no marking on them, but he said they're very pricey. So a lot of things on this I'm going to be yanking off, and we're going to be changing. But let's fire it up. You want to? Now, I don't know if I can hold you with one hand. Yeah, maybe. Hold on. Let me get the key here. And keyhole here. Well, how do you? There we go. Turn our ignition on. Oh, just one. Turn our fuel on. And then I got to try to hold the choke because this shorty, it won't stay up, and push the starter button at the same time. All right, let me give it some more gas. Oh, gosh. I just couldn't believe it, guys, for the price that I paid for it. And this guy that I bought it from and my friend Bubba, they're kind of around the same age, and they were talking bikes, and I was like, Bubba, let's get this on a trailer and get out of here before the guy changes his mind. I mean, couldn't believe it. All right, let me get back over here and we can talk. I saw some of you guys commenting. There's the CB that we're going to be working on again. Oh, so now, I just thought about this. I got a pan head. We got a shovel head. Let's see. We got the iron head. So we've got everything, all the heads except for the knuckle head and the flat head. Now, I am going to get me a flat head eventually, but it's going to be with a sidecar. Hey, that's for sale. my dad's chopper. Come by it. I got this that's coming up new. Oh, and we got a blockhead in the shop too. That's my son-in-law's. This might look familiar. We did a rectifier relocation on this and did an upgraded starter or not charging system on this. And when I did that, he come and got it, and took off riding, rode it I think a couple months. He called me and said, "Man, you're not going to believe this." I'm like, "Oh no, what happened?" He was riding, had his backpack tied on the back there, and the strap come off, caught the chain, knocked the chain off, and the chain jumped up and busted the bottom case of that motor. Devastating, catastrophic. So we got a new motor. Well, a used new motor. So we'll be doing a full motor swap. If you ever wanted to see one of those, we'll be doing that as well. So let me get back over here. Got a lot of things going on. I want to catch up, see what you guys think about that shovel head. And you tell me, what do we want to do with it? I mean, it's ours. We can pretty much do whatever we want to with it, but it sounds good. And when it warms up, it just gallops like a horse. Oh, all righty. Let's see. Trace, goodness, that's a looker. Yeah, I mean, it caught my eye, which any blue bike, whoop, draws my eyes right to it. Charlie V, that is nice. Love the color too. Yeah, I think we're going to keep the color. I did look inside the tank when I was out there looking to buy it. As soon as I saw it though, I'm like, okay, if this thing even fires up, I'm buying it. So I looked inside the tank. Somebody has lined it, and they did a good job. It looks like I brought my bore scope because I wanted to check cylinders, but it sounded so good I didn't even do that. And of course I checked the heats on the pipes, both cylinders firing good, both getting hot at the same temperature, same pace. I rode it. It rode so good. I'm like, okay, the motor's healthy. There's nothing wrong with this motor. It's been sitting here over the weekend, nothing leaking. It's just really good. So anyway, I didn't get the bore scope out, so I didn't look down inside the tank. But we are going to have to pull the carburetor, the S&S shorty off. I want to go through it, clean it out, see how it looks on the inside, which if you've ever seen inside an S&S carburetor, it's super simple, more simple than the CV carbs. So pretty easy to work on. Pretty durable carbs too. So yeah, it was, I can't believe I'm expecting a guy to call me back and say, "Man, I messed up. Come bring it back." Joe Buck, that shovel head is beautiful. It is. It really is. And I was leery about buying a shovel head because I, to me, shovel heads have always ran hot. Now this does have an external oil cooler on it. So maybe the shovel heads I worked on in the past, that was kind of the issue. I bought actually a shovel head stroker, and I rebuilt it and then just sold it. So I never actually put it in a bike and ran it because I knew, okay, a stroker is definitely going to run hotter than stock 80-inch. So I'm not even messing with that. Oh, got my secondary coffee here. Awesome. Perfect. So I was kind of leery about buying a shovel head, but I could not pass this deal up. I could not. I got such a good deal on it. We got a little bit of extra funds to kind of, add some things to it. Now, the things I take off of it, I'm going to sell and then put back into the things I'm adding onto it. So like the whole front end, I think I'll pretty much be able to swap, especially if somebody's got that front rim. Now the back rim is solid, so I want to probably keep it and just go with a spoke on the front. I'm not going to, it's already got the the belt setup and all that, I'm not going to mess with that. I do have to change the belt, but we're going to get into the clutch, the dry clutch system anyway. And if you heard in the video that knocking or clicking, that wasn't the motor, that's the dry clutch. That's the nature of a belt dry clutch. Ever ride a Ducati, you'll understand. That shovel head's beautiful. Yes, it is. Charlie V. Oh man, big plus with the belts. Yeah, yeah, that was big. Oh, and he gave me 2 extra belts for the primary. So we got belts for years to go with the bike. It's awesome. James Pryor. Hey, that matches my new car I just bought. Oh, so what are we gonna do? Okay, I'm not keeping it. So I'm working on it. If any of you guys know how to legally raffle off a motor vehicle in the state of Tennessee, I would greatly appreciate some help. Because I want to raffle it off and let one of you folks have a chance to win it for the raffle fee, whatever it is. I'm telling you, time we get done with it, it's going to be a bike probably around 12, $13,000 value. Clean Tennessee title, matching motor numbers, matching frame numbers, 5-speed, shovel head, FXR. I mean, come on. Does it get any better than that? But can we undate it to bring it up to where it looks nicer? Not go back stock, but not keep it the way it is. It's got a 1990s look, and I don't want that. Now, I could turn around and just sell it as it is and double my money, but I don't want to do that. Um, so I want us to have a project to build, customize. I mean, we are Butler Customs, so let's get into some customizing. And I'm all about what can we make? What, not just buy parts and slap on, but what can we make? Now, when it comes to seats, I'm kind of at a loss. The seat I'm looking at is $500. And I probably won't get 50 bucks out of the seat that's on it. So I'm not going to break even on that, swapping out a seat. But I don't have a seat. Now, if I had a seat guy around here that I knew, I could just build a pan, seat for it, build the foam in it, and just have somebody, do the leather work. But I just don't. I don't have anybody like that. So I am going to have to buy some things. Dutch clutch, sweet ride. Even comes with a meat slicer. Yeah, it does, especially if we take the cover off. That's true. Trace, as a Kentuckian, I say keep the UK color scheme. Oh, it is. It is. We could take the Harley Davidson off and put the UK Tiger. Yeah, UK Tiger, right? Put it on the side there. But would only be able to sell it in Kentucky. You sure couldn't sell it. It'd probably get vandalized here in Vol State country. Dutch clutch. I was thinking a lighter shade of blue here in the Carolinas. Oh, nice. PG, narrow glide and buckhorns. That'd be cool. Charlie V, yes, I love the Springer idea. Yeah, I do too. Um, Now there is a problem that I'm already running into. Okay, this is going to be in the video, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. I've done some studying up on the FXR frames. And there was a guy that worked at Harley named Eric Buell. And that last name Buell might sound familiar because he went on to design the Buell line of Harley Davidsons, which was pretty much a crotch rocket with a Sportster motor in it. But he designed that FXR frame. And that frame handled so well that Harley decided to kind of convert it and make all their touring bikes and Dyna bikes off of that FXR frame. So that's pretty cool. So the bike's going to handle like a dream, especially if we don't chop the rear end up and hardtail it. I could do that, but the frame and the title and the motor all matching, I just don't want to hardtail it. I looked at just buying, because I was just going to buy a shovel head motor, a 4-speed kick, and then go get a Paco frame and get the MSO. Well, I went to the clerk's office here, and she's like, well, if you do the MSO, you got to build the bike, get a builder's thing, and then a state inspector has to come out and inspect it. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm building a chopper. You know, this thing is not going to necessarily be up to today's standards. It's not going to have turn signals. It might not even have a front brake. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, well, if you're building a chopper out of it, I'm not sure if it'll pass state inspection. So that was another thing that I was like, well, can we just pretty this up? And I think in the end, because Paco frames aren't getting any cheaper, I think in the end I'm going to come out better just updating it, fixing it the way I would want to ride an FXR, and it being a shovel head 5-speed electric start. I think that's going to be great. I think it's going to be awesome. But that Springer is going to be good. I'm going to go with probably a 2-inch over on the Springer, but I'm going to get those 3-degree rake cups that set in the neck, so I don't have to modify the neck at all. I can put those 3-degree cups in, then my bearings, and then the Springer with a 2 up, and then the Springer front tires kind of set out for that trail and rake. I think it'll work out to where the frame, if not stock, maybe just got a little good of tilt to her. That'll be very pretty. Here's the problem I'm having, finding a Springer, because I'm like, let's just get a DNA Springer, throw on there, one of those VGAs or something like that that's $400 or $500, brand new, nice chrome, throw it on there. Well, the neck length on those FXRs are like 2 to 3 inches longer than any other neck, than my panhead, than an iron head, than they're longer. And so I got to make sure that I get a manufacturer Springer, if I'm going to buy it new, that will actually fit that FXR frame. I think I've found one. I'm not familiar with them, but when we get into the video of doing this, we'll look into that. I'll know by then. Yes, custom. Well, I hope we can customize it, make it a little bit nicer. Trace, at least it ain't Duke's colors. Yeah, that's true. Rick, yes, a jockey shift would be really awesome for the FXR. Right. I think that'd be cool. I like the foot clutch jockey shift setups for the shovel heads. I just think it goes with that time. It's a little bit, it's nothing to do. It's just a little nice upgrade. Gives it a really cool feel. Now with the Springer front end, I was just not going to run a front brake. And I was talking this over on our long ride home yesterday with Bubba, and Bubba's like, you're going to need a front brake if you're using a foot clutch. Think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, you're going to need a front brake. So we'll have to get a Springer with probably a single disc, because I'm just selling the whole front end, rim, wide glide, necks, triple trees, all of it. So I'll need to make sure we get a front wheel single disc and make sure the Springer set up for a single disc, whatever we're running. We might have to make some customized spacers, but that's no big deal. I'm sure all the mods were expensive back when they were first put on. I bet whoever owned it, now this guy didn't do all the upgrades, he bought it like that, but I bet in the time, there ain't no telling the money they put on that. And the guy laughed. He said, the guy did all this expensive upgrades and all these add-ons, and then he put a cheap V-twin primary cover on it. He said, that just baffled him why anybody would do that. Rick, sounds really good. It does. Once I heard it run, I'm like, okay, here's the money. Let's get. Trace, what are you thinking for a seat? Will you keep this one or change it? Okay, I'm getting rid of the seat. And let me see if I can show you the seat. I don't know how it's going to pull up on here, but I'll see if I can show you it. Now let me turn it this way. Now, I don't know how to show up on the screen, but that's the seat that I'm looking for right there. I think with the blue and white and in that brown leather seat, and maybe a swing arm little, kind of bag, a brown stitch bag on the swing arm might look really good. So that's kind of what I'm going for. 500 bucks. Whew. And like I said, I won't be able to get probably 50 bucks out of that drag specialty seat because it's a blue flame seat. Dutch Clutch took his message away. Charlie V, I can't get my 81 shovel with an oil cooler and the off to the side filter to get higher than 170s, 180s temps out here. And I've checked the temp dipstick as well. I think, I mean, it didn't seem to run hot. Now, I didn't go, 30 miles down the road and back. So we'll see. Shovel heads are they're just going to run hot. That's just what they do. I don't think it has an oil temp gauge on it. I'll probably add one. And I want to add a oil fuel pressure gauge as well to that. But those are easy to do. We'll be doing all that. Only a qualified 501c3 or 501c19 organization that has submitted an application to the Division of Charitable Solicitations and Gaming and that has been approved by Tennessee General to do a raffle. See there? I wish the government would just let us have fun. We're not hurting anybody. We're trying to have a fun time and let somebody have a really cool bike. Dutch Clutch. Assembly can hold a raffle. Well, we're going to find a way. I see people doing it on YouTube. I saw one fella he was raffling off a bike and he just put his cash app on the wall and said $25 get your name on the list, and he just had a list of names, and when it got up to, I think he was selling a chopper for 10 grand, and when it got up to 10 grand, all the slots got, so he picked a name. Maybe just Tennessee's different. No, he was in Tennessee. All right. Can you sell it for $100 at least or you can sell it for $100 at least in Kentucky to avoid taxes during registration for actual value? Well, I don't think you can do that here in Tennessee. And I've bought a lot of bikes and a lot of cars, and I got to be careful. I think I can buy and sell 5 in a year, but if I buy them and ride them for a season and then sell them, I'm good. But I don't think I'm going to ride this for long. I think I want us to customize it and find a way for somebody to get this thing and enjoy it. Charlie V got a Bridgeport with proto tracks. Oh, hold on. Where'd you go? Where did the comment go? Got a Bridgeport with proto tracks on it or a small CNC. Can do some nice stuff. Too bad can't post pics on here. Oh, that'd be a nice setup to see. Second Chance Recover. Apologize for being late. Thanks everyone for being here with us tonight. Good to have you. Second Chance. I just got home from a 255-mile ride out to Wisconsin and back. Glad I could be here. Good to have you here. Hope your trip went well. He posts videos of his rides quite often, and they're enjoyable to watch. I recently found your channel. This is Mr. Bismero. Hope I said that right. I've been enjoying the Evo Big Bore series. Very informative. Thank you for watching. Second Chance Evo for life. Trace, the FXRs look old without the front brake disc, in my opinion. Well, we're going to be changing all that anyway, Springer and all, so it's not going to look stock, but it's going to look better than what it is. Second Chance, Saddlemen seats are just okay. I paid $460 for my sporty Saddlemen. Was that a Saddlemen seat? Was that what that was? It was. Okay, so yeah, if you got a settlement seat, let me know. Is it comfortable? I just like the look of it. I like the stitching of it. Dennis Kirk said it does fit the bike because underneath that seat, I would show you, but I'd have to take the seat off. It's the FXRs have like a spring hinge system, kind of like the Honda CB 750s. So this says it fits it. I don't know. Now they modified. They put a little bracket on the tank that drag specialty slides under the little tongue tab at the front of the seat and locks it in, and it has a hole in the back for the bolt. But if this swings open like the FXR styles, it won't have a bolt in the back, so we might have to do some tin work on that rear fender to fill in that hole, or put a little fist coming up screw on there or something. Second chance. My butt is pretty sore even after like 300 miles. Oh, that's not good. I might have to look at different seats then. Because I don't want a seat that just looks cool but is terrible to ride. I want to enjoy the ride. Dutch clutch is only illegal if you get caught. Maybe that's true. Yeah. David Butler, that's my dad. Say hi. Say howdy. Uh, Ed's Upholstery in Cookville. Oh, that's right. My dad took what did he take up there? What did you take up there, Dad, to get reupholstered? It wasn't a truck seat, boat seats. I think he took them up there and they were reupholstered. I will reach out to them um, and see what they would do. I don't like that seat. I want the rear to come up a little higher like this. I like this rise right here. And I like this back, kind of a backrest. That's the style I want. Uh, this looks more kind of like the stock seat. Of course, the stock seat was black, had kind of the button, leather on it. But I want a brown because that blue and white and a brown, man, that would set it off. Brown leather grips or the grips like I have on Lucy. That's the cork, the brown cork. I think that would just set it off real nice. So, did I miss anything? I see stuff popping up on here, but not on here. So, how long have we been on here? Gosh, guys, I've rambled. I'm sorry. I'm having fun, though. I get excited when we get new projects in. And here's why. This project, because of one of our subscribers that blessed us with it, it it's different working on than working on a customer's bike. Because even doing this for all the years I've been doing it, I still get kind of nervous, especially the nicer the bike, the more nervous I am. But with a bike that we bought, if we break something, it might turn out to be a good thing. We might not need it or add some, do something different. It might take us in a whole new direction. But I sat there and I stared at her. We need a name for the shovel head project. And she was just telling me, don't chop me up. I don't chop me up. So I'm pretty settled on not hard telling it. Keeping the frame and the motor and the trans together. And then can we update it? Can we make it cool and something somebody would, pull up to a bike show and people be like, "Oh man, look at that FXR. That is sweet." Love the paint scheme. I wouldn't change a thing about the paint scheme. I might get it corrected and love the vintage Harley Davidson uh, paint scheme logo on the side of the tanks. The tank size for a Super Glide is perfect. That's the Super Glide tank. The center console is great. The fuel gauge seems to be working good. The speedometer will have to change out, which we might do something different because we're going with a Springer front end. So we'll have to do something different with the speedometer. So we'll have to, scratch our heads and figure that out. Um, I'm going to keep the controls The clutch, we'll delete the clutch because we're going with the foot clutch. We will run the throttle wires in. Second chance recovery, 20 bucks. Oh man, what'd you send 20 bucks for? That's awesome. Can I click this? Oh, I don't want to mess the screen up. Well, thank you, Second Chance. It's very nice of you. Um, so yeah, we got a lot coming up in our projects. Um, okay, I'm seeing. Okay, you guys are commenting. I am not seeing it here on my screen. Okay, hold on. Something's wrong here. Why am I not? The last thing I got's from my dad. All right, let me refresh this. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all been chatting with me and I've not even been. Oh gosh, I've missed a lot. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, let's start back up here. Second chance recovery. Looks are awesome, but the break-in takes a while, and mine's got over 5K miles on it and still fairly stiff. Well, I got a pretty wide back end. Maybe I'll break it in quicker, but it's the only new seat I've ever had, so I really don't know much. Laugh out loud. Tom Edwards, my Saddleman seat is a little hard, but I'll keep using it. I hope it breaks in. Okay, so they're stiff seats, huh? Second Chance says, hi, David. Kathy Small, Jim has a Saddleman seat on his bobber and doesn't care for it. Okay, so we're going to have to do something different. I'm glad I mentioned it and showed you a picture of it so y'all could warn me before I spend half a grand on a seat that I don't like that just looks pretty. Trace, I've heard good things about LaPera seats. Expensive but high quality and you can customize them to a degree. I have seen LaPeras. Their leather is like super slick. Like I had a LaPera seat on something. I forget what I was on. And I had to come to a stop pretty quick, and next thing I know, I'm sitting on the tank, and I'm like, what happened? What just happened? Those LaPera seats are slick as cat snot. I'm telling you, but they're comfortable. Second chance recovery. Me too, Tom. Exactly same here. Kevin Jarvis. It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. Second chance recovery. That two-up Saddleman is slick. Yeah, I like the two-up style. I like the brown. Maybe, and I like the stitching. Maybe we can find just a different brand that gets good reviews. We'll talk about that when we do the video on it. Second chance KJ, that's true, but we all know how that works. Yeah. Charlie V had a 13-inch basic bicycle top seat with springs on my rigid, but then at 140 pounds for me, it rode great and comfortable. That one was from San Diego to East Texas and back. Oh, that's a good ride. Yeah, I saw a lot of bobber seats with the springs, which would look great if we were going to hardtail it. But if we're going to hardtail it, you know I got to go with a king queen seat and a big, huge sissy bar in the back. But we're not going that route. And I don't want it to be a solo rider. So I already got the JB rear pegs on it that match the front forward control pegs. I thought about getting the short floorboards for it, maybe just because I like floorboards. They're a little more comfortable. Um, but I want a second seat, I like the two-up style. So we'll see. Second Chance, bless this channel and all its subscribers and supporters. Man, I love listening to a passionate man of faith. I appreciate that. Second Chance, and he sent $20. Keep doing great work. God bless this channel and all of you. Can I heart that? I just hearted it. Can I like it? I just liked it. Trace, turn Spears loose on it and let him do some pinstriping on it. Oh, I thought he'd be on here. He must have got tied up. But when he sees it, he's going to want his hands on it. I'll tell you that. John Pearson, I'm in Cookville. I actually thought about Ed's when you first mentioned the seat. I know they used to do really good work, but I haven't had them do anything or seen their work in 20 years. I wonder, John, if I could just take a picture of that seat in there and say, look, this is the style I want. Here's the measurements. What's the price? Would it come in under 500? I don't know. I've always heard upholstery work is outrageous. Dutch clutch. I think I just figured it out. I have an opportunity drawing. It's not a raffle unless money is exchanged to play. Sell a series of patches at a fixed point and just select the name from that list. Huh. I think you might be onto something there, Dutch clutch. Is it? Is it? I guess technically, yeah. Dutch clutch says technically it's not illegal. No, I don't guess it is. You know, I used to go to a swap meet, a bike swap meet every year. Probably the biggest one they have in our area. And there was an old man there, and he had, what did he have? He had an old bike there. It wasn't like a Harley. And he said it was $1, and he put your name down. And the millionth name on the list won the bike. He was there every year. Don't know if he ever got a million or not. I've not seen him back in some time. I hope he's doing okay, but that fella got away with it. $1. I guess it would add up over time. Dutch clutch. Whoop, woo, loop holes. Yeah. Dutch clutch. You have a shop. Everyone will get something, and the winner get an added bike. Maybe. Maybe that would work. I don't know. I would have to ask legal advice on that. John Pearson, Gary DeRosette here in Cookville was a good was as good a Harley seat guy as I've ever seen. Oh, unfortunately, COVID got him a week before it got my younger. Oh, John, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that about your brother and about this Gary fella too. Mm. Yeah, for sure. Ask a lawyer. Yeah, you better bet I would. The last thing you want at your house is a vacuum salesman and the government. You know, so yeah, I'll definitely check on that. But that might work because I mean you're getting. I'm just yeah, that might work. Hmm. How would I announce the winner though? I might have to do that privately. I might have to. Well, guys, I hope y'all are excited about the shovelhead as I am. I couldn't wait for the live tonight to show you. We got some other projects to finish up. I can't even get it on a lift right now. I wanted to shoot a video now on it, but we can't. But I wanted to give you a glimpse. Those of you that catch me on the live, I know you're plugged into the channel. I know you love what we do here and you support me in many, many ways. So I know you're watching and I wanted you to be the first to see that. And to the folks that helped make this possible, you know who you are. Can't thank you enough. My goals for this shop is to actually just do that, to buy projects, make them what we want to make them, and give them away. That's what I started this channel to do. We're on a fast track to do that. And this might be the first stepstone to get to where we want to be. So, um, John, thanks. I've actually got my little brother's Softail Deluxe now. Will you keep that? I'm sure that's very special to you. Tom Edwards, it'll work. A lot of you YouTubers do it. Okay. Well, that's something I'm definitely going to check in on. Jeff Sessa. I have I have to I have to maybe a seat on my Dyna. I have no problem with them. I like them a lot. Maybe it's a brand of seat. Okay. I think it might be a typo. All right, let me see if I missed anything here. The 6K, thank you. The questionnaire post and the results of that. The new shop project, the 92 or the 82 FXR, the upcoming things we're working on, and the fairings or no fairings. Um, so I'm going to hang out just for a second. If you guys got any questions, comments, to all you guys that just threw money and cashed out and sent gifts on YouTube, thank you so much. I take anything that you guys give me and I use it for what you say to use it for. So my wife is going to be thrilled for taco money. We'll probably go back to that taco place we went to in Lebanon, Tennessee that was really good. We might try them out again. So that'll be a good date night for us. So I'm going to hang out. You guys chat with me. If not, we're going to wrap it up. Been on here an hour and 20 minutes, so you're probably tired of me already. Be looking for the '06 Part 2 of the Road King cam chain tensioner and inner bearing video coming out. Members should see it either tomorrow or Tuesday, and then it'll go public on Friday. And then the Part 3 will be actually the revival process of it. So we'll do that. And then, I gotta knock that Honda out, get it back to him. Then we can start on the shovel. And I got a couple more projects coming in that's not here yet. And I need to get back on that Triumph. It had a low spark issue. I think it was the points on it. Well, not points. It's kind of like a digital thing. But Triumph parts are super expensive. But I think I can go ahead and order it now. So we'll be getting that Triumph together. I think I'm going to put it back stock and sell it once it gets riding good, and then we'll go get us another project. And the Ironhead is still spoken for, and when it sells, we'll go get us another project. And then my kit car, I'm selling it. When it sells, then me and Mama's getting a bike, and yeah, it'll probably be a trike. So that one I'll keep. The rest are going to be for you guys to have. Kevin Jarvis, I love your live chats. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Tom Edwards, people are buying a patch or shirt, not a bike. The bike is just a bonus for one person. That sounds like that would work. That's how I'm going to present it to the lawyer friend I know. Yeah, that's a good idea. So thank you guys for your help. Awesome. Well, hey, you guys keep working on your projects, keep wrenching, and thank you so much for your support, your love for me and my family and what we do here. It really means a lot to me. I just can't thank you enough. Okay, I'm seeing comments. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know why my computer is not updating what I'm seeing on my phone screen. Uh, do, 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 do. Okay, Rick, Aging Soul, it's just a thought, but I was thinking it might be cool to have a subscribers bike show. Hey, how cool would that be? Now, I know you guys are scattered abroad, but would you travel to Middle Tennessee to have a bike show and how about a bike ride? Show and a ride. That would be cool. We could do a fundraiser and we could have a bike show, we could have a fundraiser bike ride, and we could give it to a good local charity. How about that? That'd be cool. You guys tell me if that's something you'd want to do, something you'd be part of. Oh, you can always email me. I'm pretty easy to find on Facebook. Let me know. That sounds pretty good. I like that idea, Rick. Thank you for that. Jeff, Saddleman seats. Oh, okay. So you have a Saddleman seat on your Dyna. You have no problems with them. Okay. Hmm. I'll do some more research on it. You know, the reviews, it had 4.8 star reviews, but I hadn't read the reviews. So I will study up on that. I will reach out to the guy in Cookville to see if they can, you know, price match or what they do. They might have something even cooler. But I'm definitely going to change the seat out. Dean, evening, dang it, I missed y'all. You caught us on the tail end, Dean, but you can go back and watch. You definitely want to go back and see our new project. Dutch Clutch, Tennessee Tango 25. Ooh, I like that. The Tennessee Tango. Second chance, I'm in. Yeah, you could probably ride that in a day and then ride back home. Second chance recovery. You put some miles on that sporty of yours. Kevin, I'm in. Awesome, Tom. Or just showcase readers' rides. Have people send in their pics with a brief description. Oh, yeah, dude, we could just do an online one. And then anybody that wants to kind of get together and ride, we could ride. That works. Thomas O'Brien, dang, I got here late, but I really enjoy your live streams. A charity ride would be cool. Well, Thomas, you want to check out our project that I just showed everybody. Go back and watch this video later. And just skip to where you see a blue and white bike. I think you'll be happy. Dean, will do. John Pearson, good idea. I've seen other channels have you send in pics and have a bike show with the pictures on a screen. That's cool. Okay, that's easy to do. How about this? Before you go, and I'll make sure everybody knows this. Our next live for next month, so May, June, we're going to do an online bike show. So you send in pictures of your bike through email, give me your name, and we'll do a live stream. And I'll try to have a screen here or something sets up to show it, or maybe I'll just shoot a video of it. I don't know. A live stream would be a lot cooler because we could talk about each bike and what we like about it, and whose it is, and what they're riding. That'd be cool. Um, Thomas, dang, I got here late, but I really enjoy your live streams. A charity ride would be cool. Um, Avery, hey, good to see you online. Yeah, I'm sorry you guys are hopping in so late because I think we're about to wrap it up. But it's been awesome. We've had a good live chat. I always look forward to our live chats because I get to interact with you guys and hear you speaking, well, read you speaking, and try to hopefully answer some questions and give you some updates about what's going on in the shop. And all of our paying members and all of our subscribers, you guys, I tell you, I have the best family on YouTube that anybody could ask for. You guys are great. Been great. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I got one. John says instead of readers' rides, it could be subscribers' sleds. Ooh, I like that too. Subscribers' sleds. Tom, I would also be willing to travel to Tennessee. Okay, let's start with a live bike show for our next live event. So go ahead, email me your bikes for next month, and it's Butler Customs Motorcycle Shop at gmail.com. The video I'm wrapping up from here on out, all my videos that you'll see before the live, I'll be sure to tell everybody the email, and we will do that. So we're going to have a bike show next live event. So clean your bike up. All right. Now look, if you put your woman in your bike, okay, keep it PG, please. Um, Tom, I would also be willing to travel to Tennessee. Okay, so we'll do the live event. We'll see how that goes. Is it too late to schedule a group ride um, to get everybody to travel here? Or do we want to plan it out for next year and that way people can schedule and plan? We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I've been on here long enough, hour and a half. It's what my videos usually run, so you're by this time, um, ready to go eat you a bacon sandwich. So thank you guys so much for all you do for me, and I hope you've enjoyed journeying along with me, hanging out in the shop with me tonight, and we're going to be building a shovel head now. It's going to be fun. So tell your mama now I said hi.